Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got a good show for you guys, but I wanted to jump on here and just give a couple shout outs. Maureen, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me today. So this episode, shout out to Mike Appa, shout out to Pontiac Pasquale. I had both of them on, and we filmed this probably a couple months ago, but it's pretty entertaining. So I'm gonna break it down for you guys. I'm gonna play it for you. It's about an hour long, so it's got a lot of information in it. It's pretty funny. So I just wanted to come on here and give a couple shout outs. What's up, Bruno? How are you doing? Shout out to everyone that's been checking out my show. Make sure you guys check it out. It's usually in the morning time around 11 a.m., between 11 and 1. And, you know, we have fun with all these mob rats and different things like that. And we're going to be stepping up the game a little bit. You guys will see I got some new characters that are going to be popping on. I got an interview, should be dropping probably around Friday with a new person that I'll introduce you to then. And I hope you guys like this show. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. Every dollar is greatly appreciated. And I'm not going to keep you guys. I'm going to give you some content. Rah, what's going on, Big Boy Blue? How are you? Thanks for joining me tonight. So without any further ado, here is New York versus Chicago. Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Pasquale. What's up, man?
What's up, Billy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. You know, things are moving along. I'm getting a lot of views and
grinding it out. Good.
Yeah,
doing the grind, man. You got to do that, yeah?
100%.
That's it, man. So what's happening?
Before we get started, I want to send a shout out to anybody who's dealing with breast cancer right now, dealing with cancer, period. Anyone that's dealing with that, I want to give you a shout out. And so we're going to get into Chicago versus New York, or New York versus Chicago. I have a couple questions I want to ask you, and we're going to talk about what it was like for you back in the day in Harlem.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into it, man.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
So, first off, let me ask you, when you were growing up, did you ever have people that were from Chicago come out to Harlem? And would you know these people? Were people like, oh, they're from Chicago?
Not that I remember. I was a kid, you got to understand, you know? I was growing up back then, so you're looking. We left the neighborhood in 1966. I was only 6 months old because my father had to take off because they tried to kidnap him. But the only guy I know, he was from New York, that used to bring all the heroin from the Gambinos, was Frank Pasqua Sr. He was the connection from New York to Chicago, and he was in charge of bringing all the fucking dope to Chicago from the French Connection, you know? So basically, that's why I know. He was good friends with my father. He was a soldier in Frankie Loke's crew in the Bronx. You know?
So he was in the Gambinos?
Yeah, Frankie Loke's crew was Frankie Pasqua was one of his top guys, top earners. You know?
Yeah. So was it always smooth sailing when he would bring the stuff to Chicago? Did he ever have problems?
Tell me the truth.
Wait, hold on.
That's all.
Smooth sailing, you said? Was it always smooth sailing?
Yeah.
I mean, you had your problems, you know, your cops you had to pay off and everything, you know, like, remember the French Connection, Sonny Grasso and Popeye Doyle, Eddie Egan?
Yeah.
All right. They said they never took payments. They're so full of shit. They used to sit at Rayo's. Tony Grasso used to sit down there and he used to send his flunkies up on Pleasant Avenue to go collect all the money, every month. So my father used to tell the flunky, "Oh, why don't you tell fucking Sonny to come over here and get his own fucking money, And
And
they're like, oh,
they would protect the drugs on the way to
yeah,
Chicago.
yeah. What do you think? They thought they were getting paid left and right. How do you think it all went smooth sailing? And then when they busted them, they wind up my father's friends, Herbie Sperling, the Papas, not Jerry Papa, Vinny Papa, Jerry Papa's older brother. They all wind up, Dominic Cataldo, they all wind up robbing the precinct downtown in New York City, the evidence locker. 440 pounds of dope. They went in there, they had a cop, the guy that was going in and out on the take. And they kept coming in and out, and they were fucking taking and bringing cornstarch and flour back, and taking kilos and fucking replacing it with the cornstarch and flour.
Hey, it's a
Then
smart
they,
scheme.
yeah,
Really
they got
smart.
everything. Listen to this. How they got found out was a guy in the evidence locker started seeing fucking bugs all over the place. And he says, "What the fuck's going on here?" So he went back, and all the sugar from the cornstarch and the flour, there was attracting bugs. And they
Yeah.
opened up the thing, it was flooded with fucking bugs and insects. And that's how they
Wow.
found out.
Wow, man. Wow, that's insane.
Yeah. I remember my father telling me when that happened. He was on the lam, and he didn't tell me. He was talking to his friend Donnie Tafaro. And he goes, "You fucking believe it? They pulled that off, man." Yeah.
How much did they get from them?
440 pounds of heroin.
Wow. So now the Gambinos, John Gotti, all these guys, were they involved with the drug business?
Sal Ruggiero, which was Quack Quack's brother, that was one of my father's main connections in the 70s. Sally Ruggiero, and then his other connection was Sonny Red and Delicato. The three capos that got killed.
Yeah.
Those were my father's two main connections back then. But more Sal, yeah. But John Gotti was behind the scenes. He was taking envelopes, You got to be an idiot not to figure that out,
Of course.
But they couldn't pin him on it, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't directly on it like fucking Angelo. Angelo got them all busted because he didn't shut the fuck up,
He used to run his mouth a lot, right? He used to always be in the street talking to people about all their business.
Yeah, they used to say, John Gotti once said, he goes, "Open up the telephone book, right? And pick any number, and you have a 50% chance that Angelo Quack Quack will answer."
Oh, crazy, man.
Yeah, but he was bad, man. He bought a new house, right, in a town called Cedarhurst, Long Island. That was like 15 minutes from me. And he bought this big ass fucking mansion. Back in the day, he must have paid a couple of million for it, but the fucking thing was huge. It was in a mansion area. And when they were doing work in the house, the feds went in there and they wired the whole fucking house. And then his daughter had a pink princess phone. And they're really thinking of this guy. He goes, "Let me use my daughter's phone." They didn't even think about tapping that. That shit was tapped too, and that's where they got all the information from.
I heard that they were bugging the house. They were sweeping the house, and the person who was sweeping the house told them, "You can use that phone. It's not tapped, but that's the one that was tapped, right?"
No, you know what happened? The feds caught it on tape. Angelo calling up this guy to come sweep the house. So the feds shut off all the equipment, and they sent somebody by the house to see when this guy came and left. So they shut the bug down, and the guy swept the house, and it was clean. And then when he left, they turned it back on. Yeah.
So those are the tapes that was eventually going to get John Gotti and his crew killed, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. The Quack Quack tapes.
And
And
the
you know why they
boss,
called Angelo Quack Quack, right?
why?
Why? What do you think they called him Quack Quack for?
Because he walked like a duck.
Exactly.
he,
Everybody,
he
they did.
waddled around. He
He
waddled,
waddled
right?
around. A lot of people thought because it was called Quack Quack because he wouldn't shut the fuck up. Quack 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 quack. Like the Affleck duck.
Yeah.
No, but you got it right. A lot of people don't know that.
Hey, man, it's pretty simple, cut and
Yeah.
dry. Now, Paul Castellano wanted those tapes.
Yeah.
Ruggiero ends up getting busted. He's going to court, and the boss knows that there's evidence that he's talking about the boss and all these other people with drugs on the tape. We got
Yeah.
Michael Appa in the building, man. Mike,
Oh.
what's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
So I
Hey,
got
Mike. Nice to meet you. I'm Patty Pontiac, man.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
I'm from East Harlem. Where you from in Chicago?
I grew up on the west side of Chicago, a pretty bad neighborhood. I went to Austin High School,
Oh,
and
okay. Cool.
that's where I grew up in Chicago. But now I'm in west suburb.
Oh, in the west suburbs? All right.
Yeah,
Did you ever
yeah.
hear a friend of my father's used to come out there a lot? A
Froggy?
guy named from the Gambino family named Frankie Pasqua.
I don't know, man. I'm in the poker industry. If he plays poker, I know him.
If what?
I'm in the poker industry.
Oh, these guys used to were notorious gamblers, man.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah,
Degenerates,
yeah. I loved it. I played with a lot of the
still
guys.
love it, Mike. You still
I
love it.
still
What
love
are
it,
you
man.
talking about?
Yeah, I'm from East Harlem. You know what that is?
Not really, but I know it's a rough neighborhood, right?
Yeah, well, East Harlem is now called Spanish Harlem.
I don't you hate that shit?
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? It was Italian Harlem for years and years and
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
You know,
I
that was the
understand.
junk capital.
A lot of my old neighborhoods turned over too, and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I mean, this happened years ago in the late '60s, early '70s. And there's
Yeah,
few Italian people left there. Now
very
it's all
few.
yuppie.
It's like Taylor Street out here is real popular.
Yeah.
I grew up on Taylor Street too. It's like where you grew up. All right.
Uh,
But it's still basically Italian, but all around them is a different ethnic group.
yeah. They start closing in.
Yeah,
That's what happens, man.
I
How
know.
has the mood been out there in Chicago lately with all these migrants and everything going on, Mike?
Well, I mean, where I'm at now, it's a pretty decent west suburb. It's kind of an Italian orientated suburb, which I like.
Yeah.
And but Chicago, it's had its ups and downs. And
It's
then
like
the mayor thing. People don't like the mayor and this and that, and this bunch of bullshit
But they got people sleeping in the police station lobby right now.
because of the immigrants.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, from the
They
flood up
brought up.
from Texas.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not dumb.
Especially with this war that just broke out. We got a lot of
Right.
crazy things going on.
Right.
It's insane.
I mean, is that dumb or what?
That's like what they did when they had all the people in Texas. What was it last year? They put them on a bus, right? They separated the kids from the parents, and they
Right.
brought them all out to Long Island somewhere and stuck them in a fucking gymnasium.
Yeah.
And the
Right.
kids they put somewhere else.
And then I hear they get Social Security checks.
They what?
Do they get Social Security checks?
They're not Social Security check. They're getting like
Some kind of check.
they commit
Government.
asylum. They searching for asylum, so automatically they're gonna get money, food stamps.
I heard
Yeah.
they have a card. They give them a card with a phone number
Card.
and a cell phone.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
heard they're going to be
Oh man,
organizing these people to do some crazy shit in our country. It's crazy, man.
yeah.
People are starving out here, and you want to give all this billions of dollars away to
Thank
these
you.
fucking, don't excuse me for the language, but they ain't nothing but fucking migrants that are
Yeah,
gonna cause start trouble. Yeah?
yeah, I hear you.
It's already starting out there. They're robbing
Yeah,
houses. They're doing crazy shit in the cities, and it's only going to spread.
Yeah.
of course. We're the suckers of the world, the United States. You know, they take anybody fucking in.
Wow. I don't think it's right.
Anybody that can earn a dollar and pay taxes.
Yeah.
You know?
So,
They're
Mike,
the real fucking mob.
Yeah.
out there, gambling and a social club is like big things. Out in New York, being in a social club used to be like the thing to do.
Right.
And now it kind of died down. How is it out there in
Well,
Yeah.
Chicago? Is it still like,
in Chicago, there's still a few social clubs. I wouldn't call them legal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could get busted. I've been raided a couple times, but I personally run my own social club.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Because the ones up in my neighborhood closed years ago, man.
Yeah, I
Like
do
the
my
club,
own
my
because
uncle had a club on Pleasant Avenue
yeah,
that shut in about 2000, you know, because my uncle
yeah,
had a veteran's charter. He was a veteran. And
yeah.
that was the charter to have, the veterans charter. You know that,
Right. You're right.
you know?
what
And they
happened
Yeah.
closed the club up years ago, man.
when they raided
There's
your club? What happened that day?
They didn't raid my club. They raided a club in well, I was running it. I guess it was that was in Chicago. What they did was they came in and I had a bunch of old ladies playing. They looked at it, I go, "This is what you guys come in the bus? Are you serious?" Okay. See, what I think it is, in my personal opinion, is that a competitor blew the whistle on me to shut me down so then he would get more of the action. You know what I'm
Try to
saying?
drop a dime, try to drop a
Drop the
slip
dime
on
on
you.
me,
Yeah,
and I don't play that game. You know what I'm saying? I don't go that route.
man.
All right. And a lot of these places, they actually have these, like poker machines, whatever you want to call them,
Poker
that,
pokers.
that they are in there, and they're not licensed to have those.
So it's
Okay.
just like a gambling thing, like you pull the arm and shit, right?
The
Yeah.
one-armed bandits.
Yeah, shit like that.
One arm, yeah,
Big
one
money
arm.
makers, those fucking things, man.
They're big money makers. Like I got where I'm at right now. Next door, they got them. They have machines. That's what they rely on, and
Yeah.
it blows my mind why people see. To me, if I'm gonna play a machine, I'm gonna go to the fucking casino.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play video poker and stuff because they don't even pay. In Chicagoland right now, all these restaurants and stuff like that, they got a side section that have all these machines in them now. Okay, you can't go into hardly any restaurant and not have these poker machines in there. I say poker machines, but I don't know what the proper term for them are. Gambling machines.
Yeah,
Okay.
Joker pokers, they call
All
them.
different. They have all different kinds, right? It's all
They
different.
got all
kinds of
different
machines.
kind, like Buffalo and all these things. Me, if I ever played a machine, it would be video poker, at least, because I feel I relate it to, at least I got a poker sense.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
can't
those
believe the way
machines
that.
are heavily in favor of you guys. You know that.
Yeah,
And if
but
these people win, they just give it back.
yeah, exactly.
Degenerate
They just give it
gamblers.
back.
I know that.
Yeah,
Pontiac.
but
What?
What's when I'm sure you've been around when these people were playing cards and things back in the day. What's one of the
Oh, yeah.
craziest things that you saw happen while people were gambling?
Playing cards? What?
Yeah.
Twice my uncle's club got robbed. They were remember the ones with the two bandits that they were robbing all the social clubs, and then they
Yeah.
got killed.
The Bonnie
Tom
and Clyde.
Uber.
The Bonnie
Yeah,
and
Bonnie and
Clyde.
Clyde.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were doing that shit everywhere. And I remember one time we were in the club, we used to leave the door open and everything. And one day
Well,
they keep the money all over the tables. And play with the money on the tables. And this fucking guy walks in one day and he fucking pulls out a 9mm. And he's like, Harry, give me all the money. Starts grabbing the fucking money. And he must have got a couple of thousand at least, and people's jewelry and everything.
yeah.
And then the second time, it was not the same guy, it was somebody else. They came in and pulled a shotgun. And they took all the money in the club. They knew where to go. They got a tip because they went to the back and they told the guy that ran the club, open up that fucking closet. And there was about 10 or 15,000 back there in cash.
Wow.
For the
But
house.
they knew most of the time people in social clubs don't carry firearms, right?
Yeah.
No, I got a couple guys
It depends who you are. Yeah.
I have a
but
couple police.
He must have
I got
caught
a
the
couple-
drop on him, though, right? He must have caught the drop on him if he's coming in there with a gun.
No, he came in, the second guy came in with a shotgun.
Yeah, he got the drop on the people that were gambling, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
So
but
many.
what are you gonna do?
They could have had a
Well,
gun.
what do you
It's
gonna
an
do?
inside job, man. It's an inside job. It's just that
of course.
they got to know the information by someone that's playing in the fucking game.
Yeah, exactly. They never. I don't know if they ever found out, but after that, they wind up putting a buzzer system in. So there's somebody knock at the door, you see who it is, and they be like, "Yo, show your hands." Walk in with your hands.
Yeah, I got 8. I personally have 8 cameras.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I got 8 cameras that show the front. It shows the rear, the parking lot. See where I'm at. I got a parking lot. I run a storefront, but it's got parking for 50 cars, and it's not in the resident. It's not in a residential area, so neighbors don't complain that cars are parking in their driveway or anything like that.
It's a commercial area, right?
It's a commercial area, but like there's a church in the area. There's a doctor's office, a dentist's office, and a couple of social clubs are all around me. But there's parking for like 50 cars, and you don't see
a lot of cars, man.
Well, yeah, it's good though in a way. That's what you want. You want to have parking. Like I got a game tomorrow night.
Yeah.
All right, I got already like 15 commitments. I'm happy with one table.
What do you guys play? What's your main pinochle?
No, we play poker.
We used to play in our club. They mainly played pinochle.
Yeah, but I mean,
get old, bent out of shape.
When you play pinochle, you pay on time though, right?
Yeah, you pay on whatever you bid. Like say you bid 3 1/4, right?
Yeah.
Now there's prices up there. How much if you lose the hand? Like say if you lose the hand, so say it's $10 a piece. You got to change the money as you go. But I've seen pots over there 4,000 or 5,000 in one pot.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And these guys would get bent out of shape, these old zips, and fucking go insane,
Replay poker, and last week there was a $6,700 pot.
Wow,
that's nice.
Replay 1, 2 with $5 bringing.
7-card draw? Any 5-card draw?
No, replay Omaha.
What's that? Never heard of that.
You get four cards in your hand.
Okay.
It's a variation of Hold'em. Okay, but the difference between a Hold'em and Omaha is you get 4 cards, and you only use 3 cards on board, and then we have a high and a low winner too. It's Omaha high low. It's really the more complex the game, the bigger my edge is.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to play it like I play it.
No, I never heard of it.
Not only that, I'm the house. I'm the guy that gets the rake. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what do you guys get?
You are the casino.
5 or 10%. The house gets what?
I don't
5
take
or 10%?
that. I take like $8 a pot.
$8 a pot?
Yeah.
All right, so you're looking at 8%. We used to get 10% in the club, my uncle's club.
Yeah, that's the old days.
Yeah.
I mean, some guys even get more than that right now. I mean, when I lived in Elmwood Park,
Yeah,
man, I used to take $30, $40 a pot.
a third. That's a lot
Right.
of money, man.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
there's a book called Pay, Quit, or Die. Did I tell you about that book,
No,
Pay,
Bill?
quit, or die.
Pay,
no.
Quit, or Die.
What is
I
that
mean,
about? Chicago?
about all Chicago. It's like, anybody that ran in the old days, these games, you had to have like sponsorship and the okay to run a game, or
Oh
how it
yeah,
was
of
back then,
course.
or you don't run it.
Yeah, you
Okay.
don't run it.
So
You
you
die
either
or you
pay
pay.
your monthly dues, you quit, or if you run and you get caught, you're gonna die.
You're gonna get clipped, exactly. Because
And I'm
in
in
my
that book.
area,
I'm in
where
that
I
book.
came
You're in that
from,
book?
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm
Keep
in
going.
that
I'm
book.
sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on, Pasquale can't get can't get ahead of himself.
I'm in that book. It's called
You're
Pay,
in that
Quit, or
book?
Die.
For real?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
one of the final chapters, it has my house from the old days about Mob has a hot hand in a poker game. There's an article in the Tribune that came out in 1984. Page
Pay,
there it
quit,
is.
or die. There you go. Now, who ran in your area? Who ran that area over there?
My area was a guy named No Nose,
No,
DeFranzo,
those.
Johnny
No nose.
DeFranzo.
Johnny
Oh, the
DeFranco.
Fonzo, Johnny
Yeah,
No Nose,
yeah.
and the bro. What was the brother's name?
The
Freddie.
brother, the brother's name was Pete.
Okay, I remember because he just died recently, a couple of
Yeah,
years ago, right?
yes,
He
and his
was
son
the
used to.
only one not to get indicted on that family
Yeah,
secret trial.
yeah. And Arcardo,
That
Arcardo.
fucking Red Womet, that rat motherfucker. You know?
Here's
You know what he told Red
here's
Womet
Johnny
said?
That's
here's
him.
Yeah,
Johnny
Johnny No Nose,
DeFranco
but his nose got cut off.
Yeah, well, it
in a
actually happened
car
in.
accident, plate
I
glass
think
car accident, right? It was a car
I
The
thought
what?
accident.
it was. I thought it was. I'm not sure. But you could Google it, but I think in the old days they had a gang that would rob casinos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think a shotgun blast a little piece. I'm not sure, man.
No,
But
he got in a car accident.
is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, my guy, his name was Marco D'Amico.
Marco
All right.
D'Amico.
It
Sounds
says right here.
familiar.
It
See,
says
Marco
my
here.
guy,
D'Amico.
my
Hey,
father's good friend.
hold up, Pascal. I got the story
Yeah.
about the nose. About the nose.
Oh, you
All
got
right.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see it.
The upper crust of the outfit would be here. It's branded lunch with no nose. The nickname was given to DeFranzo decades ago when he sliced off a portion of his nose while driving through a plate glass window during a
Okay.
Michigan Avenue rental thief gone awry. So he was in a robbery. He was trying to
That's
get
what I
away.
thought, a robbery, yes.
He went through a plate glass window and
There
sliced
you
the tip of his nose
right.
off.
That's what I was
And it
trying
cut
to
his
tell you.
nose.
I thought it happened during a robbery. Remember I was saying that?
Yeah, I'm going to show you the picture. This is kind of like a couple years after it happened, so it still kind of looks fresh.
His nose was cut like on an angle, straight down.
Yeah, I got a picture of it right here.
He must have felt nothing with that, man. You know?
Oh
Yeah,
my
see it?
God. Is that an old picture? Oh my God.
That's old. He looks like a serious dude, man.
Oh,
His
he
eye.
was he
And I
was the boss. This
got
guy was
another one.
Yeah.
right. This guy was probably under Cardo. Cardo
Yeah,
was when he was
everybody was
alive.
under Cardo.
Antonio Cardo, when he was still alive, was the
The man.
silent boss. But there's a
Yeah.
more recent picture, yes.
Was he
Well, he
vicious?
came back and forth several times to take over for Giancana. Giancana fucked everything up.
What was his character like? Was he a
He was
calm guy?
he was a classy guy.
Who,
He was
DeFranzo?
yeah, very classy guy. His son Wolfie, that was his name. Wolfie used to come at my house all the time. Okay,
Yeah.
wouldn't leave my motherfucking house. Okay, and he was on the package, you know, consistently doing cocaine, you know. And I'm saying, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't want your dad knowing that you're by me. You know, I don't want to get in trouble.
Fucking kill me.
Yeah, he's gonna wag me. So they had a kid, Michael, Wolfie did, and the father took the kid because the son was just irresponsible. Okay, put him through military school.
What he was? He was spoiled.
Yeah. Well, I mean, God bless this guy. I mean, the no-nos took the kid in, put him through military school, and became a really upstanding person, you know.
Like a father figure, kind of.
Yes. Instead of grandfather, he fathered him. Exactly.
So did the person that he was directing, like the one that he was like playing father to, did he become involved in the criminal life?
No, not as far as I know of. No.
You must have seen him steer him the other way if he went to military school.
I mean, the grandfather, you know, made sure that he didn't follow in his footsteps. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
There you go. Yeah.
He said he wanted him to go get a college education and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, God bless him. He did the right thing there.
Yeah, like my family, my father and his two brothers, he had 5 brothers and 1 sister. And him and his 2 brothers, they were involved with the French Connection, the heroin ring.
Yeah.
And my father personally did 4 bids. He did 30 years, all federal, you know? And my father was very low key. You know, you never heard of Pleasant Avenue? Billy, show him the book.
Yeah, of course. He's heard
the
of
Pleasant Avenue Connection, it's called. It was about in the 60s, 70s, all the dope that went on up and down this avenue. You could go to Pleasant Avenue 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon and borrow $100,000, fix a judge, buy a machine gun, whatever you fucking wanted, you know? And it was crazy, and it was all cornered off because you remember Popeye Doyle and Sonny Grasso?
Yeah, I remember the names, yeah.
All right, from the French Connection, the 2 cops. Yeah, see the Pleasant Avenue Connection.
Yes.
They used to sit down. You ever hear of Rayo's, famous Rayo's in New York City?
No.
The restaurant.
You can't get in this fucking place. It's been around for 120 years.
Still there?
Still there. And the main ones in East Harlem on 114th Street and Pleasant Avenue. And then they opened the one in Vegas and Caesars. And then they opened the one in Beverly Hills, I think, over there. And the ones in there, there's Rayo. It only has 10 tables in it. Yeah?
Unbelievable.
It's over
That was a mob hangout.
It's over 100 years old,
it's 100 years old.
Yeah, people have been murdered in there and all kinds of shit have happened.
Yeah, my father's friend shot that guy.
It's like
that
Spark.
Was in 2000.
That's like Spark Steakhouse.
Yeah, but Sparks was classic. This was like my father's friend. Let's call Louis Lump Lump because he always used to fight. So, you know, he was lumps on his fucking head. Yeah. And he was a fucking drunk and everything. And he was in there one night. And this other wise guy from the Lucchese family, a lady opera singer, was singing in the place. So the kid turns around. He tells her, get this fucking cunt out of here. So Louis turns around. He says, yo, watch your mouth and everything. This and that. And the guy goes, yo, I'll take your finger and stick it up the ass and break it off. And then Louis just pulled out the snub nose and fucking shot him right there and walked outside, dropped the gun on the ground, and sat on the curb until the cops came.
Wow.
He died in prison. I think he got 20 years. Yeah.
So we talked about no-nos.
More famous, Rayos.
We talked about no-nos and lump lump.
Yeah.
What are some of the other nicknames that you guys know throughout your time associating with these people? What are some of the colorful nicknames that you guys know these people to have?
There was a lot of them, man. You had fucking my father's friend, which they mentioned today, right? He was very close to Paul Castellano. His name was Frankie the Hat Di Stefano.
The Hat?
Yeah, because he used to wear this fucking silly fucking hat, so he never took it off. So they named him Frankie the Hat. You know?
Yeah.
You had fucking Paulie Fat, which was about 500 pounds. You know?
There
You
was a
had
lot
all,
of those guys, right? Whatever their name is, and then fat on the end of it, or fat, and then whatever their name is.
yeah, and then you had what's his name from the Pleasant Neighborhood Connection, Gigi the Whale. Remember in the Bronx Tale, the movie, and they
Yeah.
had the
Yeah.
fat guy Jojo the Whale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that was a take of Fat Gigi and Glacy, who was a soldier in the fucking Lucchese family. They took that from that, and then you had Johnny Echoes because he said everything friggin' twice. You know? Remember
Oh,
in
he'd repeat
Goodfellas when
Well,
himself.
they
He kept
say
repeating
Johnny two
himself.
times?
Yeah, yeah.
When the
well,
guy goes, I'm going to get the papers, that was taken from Johnny Echoes. That was supposed to be him.
Here's
You know?
GG.
Yeah, it's
Facts.
Fat Gigi, Carmine Persico,
yeah,
and who's the other
yeah,
guy?
That's
yeah.
Rogerio. Quack
That's in the
Quack.
joint.
Oh, Quack
Yeah,
Quack, yeah. Quack Quack looks small compared to Fat Gigi, huh?
Yeah,
yeah.
he does.
And
How about
Gigi
you,
was
Mike?
skinny there.
How about you, Mike? What are some of the names in the Chicago area?
Well, I mean, I played with you probably recognize the Spalaccio brothers.
The
Yeah,
That
Ant.
that was the Casino movie was based upon them.
yeah.
I played poker with them on a regular basis.
Who,
Okay,
Michael or Tony?
mostly Michael, but Tony would be at the club too. There was a club on Belmont Avenue called the Western
Yeah,
Club. Louis Tenuto owned it, and he was like a cousin to me. He's from the same
yeah.
region of Italy that I am from, Calabria.
Where you from? All
I'm from Calabria,
right, I'm from Mabledon, from
Nabladan.
uh,
My wife is
Melfi,
half
the Melfi
Nabladan,
Coast.
half Sicilian. But anyways, I mean, can you get any more popular than the Spalaccio brothers? I mean,
Oh, of
No,
course
the
not.
Ant. So their
They
now
nicknames.
my
played
What
in
was
the
father,
what
end.
was Mike's? Hold up. What was Mike's nickname? Because Tony was the Ant.
Mike was known as
A troublemaker, I heard he was.
he actually Michael actually he had a place called Hoagie's Pub.
Yeah.
It was a bar, a restaurant in Elmwood Park on North Avenue, Hoagie's Pub.
Uh-huh.
And the guys who used to visit there were some of the guys were the guy that did that battery commercial, Knock It Off, I Dare You,
Oh, Robert Conrad.
Robert Conrad, thank you.
Robert Conrad. Yeah, I remember. I did
He would
knock the
be in,
battery.
yeah, he would be in there all the time. They would play with him, and what's the other guy actor's name? There were some pretty popular guys that we'd be playing cards with in there.
Your wife is
Well, you
right.
know they always hung around. All them guys hung
Hold on.
around, street guys.
What? Wait a minute.
Your
I
wife
said-
is Baresi, Cecilia, not Napolitan. Who you married?
I thought it was
Who
not.
are you married to?
I was made a mistake.
Baresi, it's Cecilia.
Your buddies, huh? Who's that? Your wife?
Yeah,
He made a mistake.
What'd she say? You didn't even know what you are?
I forgot she was Barres and Cecilia. I
Oh,
said
your
not
buddies. Oh, okay.
You heard me.
She said, "You don't even know who you're married to."
Maron, am I in trouble now?
Oh man, you're in trouble, man.
And then
Hey,
another
I got
guy.
a picture of the Western in Chicago right here. Here's a picture of the Western.
That's a big place. Well, it's long and deep.
Well, that was the Western Club. It was in we played cards in the back. All right. And you got a picture of Hoagie's Pub?
Working
Yeah.
on it.
There it is. See
Oh,
Robert
okay.
Conrad? You see what I mean?
Yeah, Robert Conrad. Yep. Look how young
Yeah.
he was. I mean, he was young there, yeah.
And there's Michael to his left. That's Michael
Yeah,
Spalaccio.
right. To his left. Okay, yeah, okay, I see him. Yeah, Robert
All right.
Conrad's on the
Hoagie's
left-hand
Pub.
side, and then
Yeah.
Michael Spar. Who's that on the right? The far right.
I can't see him. I don't know. I'm
The
not
guy
sure
to
who
the
that
Is
is.
that
right.
Calabrese? Is that Calabrese on the right?
It could be Calabrese.
It looks like him, yeah.
Yeah,
Frank Calabrese Sr., right?
yeah, that's what it looks
That's
like. And on the
fucking man,
left,
he's a madman, that guy, man.
yeah.
How about
But
him?
I
Did
used to
you
play
have
cards
any?
with
You have any
him.
dealings with Calabrese Senior, Mike?
No, my father though, believe it or not, okay. And I went with him when he delivered. My father was a very good artist. Okay.
Yeah.
They hired him to do, you heard of Tony Accardo.
Yeah.
He painted Tony Accardo's wife's portrait. It was huge. Okay.
Yeah.
And they gave him a projector with a slide in there of the
Yeah.
picture. So she didn't have to pose. He did
Oh,
it
he
by
did it
the
off the slide. That's
he
talent,
did it
man.
off the slide. And I
Yeah.
was with him.
What, a 2x2 slide?
Yeah, you know, when like the old days. I'm talking this is like
Yeah,
this,
like
you
a
know,
small
7.
projector, and you put the
Yeah.
slide in, it puts it on the
Yeah.
wall or something. You
And
said it's a
this
big
is we're
ass
talking
painting.
back in the 70s, maybe late 60s. Okay, so they didn't have the technology that they had now. And I went with my father, and I delivered the picture to his house. He lived in a rich suburb called River Forest out here.
Ocado.
Accardo did, yes.
Was that big house that he had and he sold it?
And then yes, it was a beautiful house on the
Yeah,
corner
they were
with
showing that one day on something. I seen it, yeah?
metal fence all around it. You know, it was a beautiful house in River Forest, man. Yeah. Another guy I played cards with, his nickname was the Saint.
Oh,
His name,
Vincent something?
Vince
The Saint?
Vincero, yes. That's
Yeah,
exactly
he used to hang out with
man, you
Frank
know your stuff,
Collada, right?
brother. What?
See, he does know
Frank
his stuff.
Collada used to be with him and his
Yes,
flash.
and I used to play with him. Exactly.
What was
I used
his
to go
name? His last name again?
Vincero.
Yeah, sure. I knew something like that, you know.
Inserro. They called his
They said
nickname
he
was
was
the Saint.
Frank. Yeah, Frank Collada was talking about him when they went to kill
Yeah.
the guy, the
Right.
Eminem murders, and the guy pulled out a gun in the car, and Collada pulled his gun. He goes, "What are you guys doing with a gun?" You know? He goes, "I'm fucking protecting myself from you, because you're like a fucking maniac, yeah."
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what?
I got some pictures of Accardo's house. I'm gonna show them to you now.
Oh yeah, cool.
Pretty big one. Big. You could see the whole.
Yeah, that was a nice, beautiful home. Man.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, look at that shit, man.
Yeah.
A lot of property. Wow, look at that.
There it is, the silver, the
Big
metal gate.
and
Yeah.
everything, huh? It's
Here's
like
a picture inside. Here's a picture of the
Yeah.
inside pool.
Look at that shit.
Yeah. Look at
That looks like
pool,
that
man.
the Al Capone days.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I
Yeah.
was at that house as a very young kid delivering that
Oh, yeah?
portrait with my father to him. You know who else my father painted?
Who?
Oh,
Remember when the union boss that was found missing? What the fuck's his name? The
Hoffa?
Teamster boss. Hoffa.
Hoffa.
Yeah,
Hoffa.
he was found gone, right?
Found
Yeah.
gone.
Jackie Pressler,
Don't
Yeah,
miss
guy-
him.
gone.
this new
Coming up on
Teamster boss.
50 years.
Yeah, but Jackie Pressler took over for him.
Yeah, and he started all kinds of trouble, Jackie Presser. Wanted to become a rat.
My father did his portrait, and I got a picture.
Jackie Presser?
Yeah, I can't pull up pictures, can I?
Nah, not on your side. I could try.
Yeah. Well, I got a picture of my father handing Jackie Pressler his portrait and shaking hands with him.
Text it to Billy, and
Yeah.
Billy can put it up.
Yeah, when you send it to me, I'll put it in this video.
Yeah,
This is a
but I
pre-recorded video.
can't do it now.
Oh,
No,
you
you
told
send
me
it
you
to
were
me
going
after.
live.
No,
I'm
you
looking
send it
for
to
it
me
on the
after.
TV
No.
now.
Listen, man, this is not live. This is a pre-recorded video.
Oh, okay.
Send me the picture later, and I'll put it in the
Oh,
video.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All
Yeah.
right, that sounds good. And
got
you know who
Pontiac.
else he did?
Pontiac
I'm gonna
searching
tell
for
you
the
who else.
video.
What?
I don't. You may know Pasquale. My
Who?
father also painted Jerry Vale's portrait.
Oh, Jerry Vale, the old-time singer.
That's right. and I got a picture
Another
with.
fucking mob fucking wannabe hanging on all
Yeah,
the white guys.
yeah. But I'm saying my father painted these guys' portraits. That's pretty
So he
cool, ain't it?
painted several top people's portraits.
Yeah, yeah. That's how good he was. And
Yeah,
he would go to all these restaurants and do murals on the walls and stuff. And there he is, Jerry Vale.
yeah, Jerry Vale, yeah. With some
Yeah,
head of hair.
yeah. He was pretty popular. He did
Yeah,
his
Jerry
portrait.
Vale, yeah.
He did his portrait too. And well, when I first started, my one of my good friends, his name is Mikey Sarno.
Sarno,
Okay,
that sounds. Is that the
The
guy that's
large
in jail
man.
now? The boss, supposedly.
They
he's in
call
the
him.
jail. He's in jail
Yeah,
right now.
They call him the large man, Mikey Sarno.
Exactly.
yeah.
That's a
He
very
was
good
the
friend
guy
of mine.
that he got.
Were
How many
you?
years did he get?
Yo, you can't overtalk each other,
Oh,
Pontiac. It's not gonna
all right,
work. If
sorry.
you're talking, he's talking. It's gonna be blah, blah, blah. People aren't gonna
Well,
fucking understand what you're saying. Gotta slow down, man. Just
I think he
one
got
at a
life. He's got life. But I wrote him a letter last week, and I didn't get a reply
Yeah.
yet. He's in medical care right now.
Where's he? In Fort Devens?
I got the information written down. No, he's in. I'll have to pull it up and look at it.
Probably he's in Springfield, Missouri. If he's over there,
He's in the medical.
because that's where my father did. Yeah,
Maybe
the
that makes
FMCs, the Federal Medical Centers.
he could be. He could be. You know, and I'm
Yeah,
waiting for a reply.
you got, yeah, you got Fort Devens, which is in Boston, right outside of Boston. That's where my father died in there. He died. 6 months he was coming home, and they left him on the floor, and he died of a heart
There he
failure.
is. That's
Yeah,
Big
that's my
Mikey
son.
right there. Yeah.
And
And
then
you
you
want to know
got
something?
Springfield,
I
and
got a
then you
letter
got
from Tommy
what?
Karate. I got a letter
Oh
from
yeah,
Tommy
Tommy.
Karate right here.
How long? When did you get that letter? Like back in June?
Yup, June 5th.
Have you spoken to him since?
No, I got something going on now. Something
Oh, that's
pretty
cool.
major.
He's
That's
another. He's a great. He became a painter in jail.
I got a big surprise coming, man.
Yeah.
Soon. Yeah.
Yeah, he became a big. He's very good with the artistics, like your father was, Mike.
Yeah, my father was unbelievable. And you know what? He didn't even do that for a living. He worked at Bell and Howe.
Bell and
Okay.
Howard,
Bell and
the
Howe, yeah.
electronic company.
So he
You
could
know
have
the
did that for a living, right?
you
He
know
could
What
have.
was his
the
hustle?
what they do, cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah, Bell and
Work.
Howell. They sell all the
Yeah, I
stuff
went to.
online.
Yeah, it was called Ditto, the place that he worked for. I think it was in Lincolnwood. And it's just a shame, that he was so talented.
And
But
that
they
was his
hired him.
hustle, right?
What's that?
That was his hustle, doing portraits.
Oh, he was great. He could have been. He could have taught. He came here from Italy, went to the Art Institute of Chicago,
Oh
and
yeah,
quit immediately because they said, "What the fuck? They can't teach me nothing I don't already know." You know.
exactly. Yeah,
So he had this natural talent. Now, when I was like 18 years old,
yeah.
I used to be Golden Gloves and fight with
Oh yeah,
one of my sparring mates was Jimmy Amabile. Okay, his father is Joe Shine.
Joe
Okay,
Shine.
Joe Amabile. He was in the joint for a while,
Okay,
and he came to one. And I used to work at the bar that they owned on 25th. It's called Melrose Park. It was a
okay.
predominantly Italian neighborhood in the day.
Yeah,
On 25th and Lake Street was this this place called the Cellar. So
okay.
they would have these groups down there, and to this day now it blows my mind because I would be bouncing, and then I would be sitting at the bar, having a drink with one of the singer in the group. His name was Rufus. Now
Yeah,
the lead singer in that group was Shaka Khan.
Shaka
What?
Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Well, Shaka Khan's up there. She's about 75 years old, maybe older.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This was back in
70s, early
72,
70s.
1972 around.
Ah, that's 51 years ago, man.
Well, I'm 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you
Oh, you're
he's
70? You
70
look good
years
for
old.
70. I thought you were maybe my age, like 58, 57.
No, thanks, brother. I get that all the time.
No, you look good for 70 years old.
Thanks. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Pasquale. My brother's name is Pasquale.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they
It's a
call him
great
Patrick.
name. When I was a kid,
They call him
when I was a
Patrick
kid,
in
yeah.
English.
When I was a kid, I used to get embarrassed. I used to call my name and I used to hide under the desk.
No, I think that's a great name.
Yeah, but when you're a kid, when you're 8, 9 years old, and you hear Pasquale, I used to cringe. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I used to hear William, I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
William,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
well,
Hey,
you got
Bill.
American name, you know?
You know who else? Do you know who else played down in that cellar bar?
Oh,
They had this song come out, right? And it went like, Lady.
oh,
Sticks. Sticks.
the Commodores.
No, it was called Sticks. The group Sticks.
Oh, Sticks. Okay, all right.
And then when I was in high school, 2 years behind me was a guy named Frankie Sullivan. And he made the group Survivor. I Had a Tiger.
Survivor. Okay, I heard of them. Yeah.
You know, they did that Rocky theme song, I Had a Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocky. Yeah, that was Rocky. What? Rocky 4? No, Rocky 3.
I think, 4 or 5, whatever.
It was the one with Mr. T. Remember?
Mr.
Rocky
T. Yeah.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. The Eye of the Tiger is their
That
song.
was a big hit.
Big hit.
So
Yeah.
Mike, when Shaka Khan was singing back then, is this what she looked like? Let me show you a picture.
Let me see.
She was a good-looking woman, man.
She was probably young, right?
Yeah. Well, you're
Probably
talking
in her 20s,
1972.
man.
Yeah.
With that fucking hair, man.
Yeah. And I didn't, afterward we sit, in a break, during intermission, sit at a bar. I'm talking with her, having a drink, no, nothing, just social, liaising with her. And, and now she turned out to be pretty big,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty well known, don't you think?
She went solo, Shaka Khan. Remember the song?
Yeah.
Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
That was a big hit.
Before she was
in
with
the
you.
80s.
Everybody knows who that name, man. Everyone in the country probably knows the name Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
Shaka Khan, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what, Bill? To be in a dive bar, you know what I'm saying? The cellar, call the cellar. I mean, like you go down this basement stairs. There was a dive bar to have this kind of performer, from those days performing her. It's kind of unique,
You
because I seen her when she was starting out. Now she's
she was nothing.
Just like Stick.
You gotta start somewhere, man. You gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah. Amen.
I mean, like,
so that was pretty cool.
Used to come to my uncle's club all the time.
What's
his name? Anthony Quinn was always there. He was good friends. The actor Anthony Quinn. He used to come there all the time. Then you had Johnny Williams, which was roast beef. Remember in Goodfellas, the guy that got killed in the pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
That was my godmother's nephew.
Wow.
Johnny Williams. Yeah, he used to hang out there all the time. Then he used to have, what's his name, used to come there all the time. The other Italian actor, what's his fuck? Can't think. I see his face, but I can't think of his name. Yeah, that's Anthony Quinn right there. He was good friends with Angelo Cheesecake, Argentino. The jet used to be up his ass all the time,
I don't know.
And then you had a bunch of other guys used to come. Frankie Valli used to come around there.
Oh man, I love Frankie Valli.
You know who he was close to, Frankie Valli?
Joe Pesci.
No, he was close to Fat Andy Ruggiano.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, yeah. He was always in his house. Him and Jay Black.
Yeah.
What
I
about
got it.
hey, what do you think about Fat Andy Ruggiano's son hanging out with John Gotti? What do you think of that?
Oh, look at this. Hanging out with Scammy the Bull, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, that's Sammy the Bull.
that's Fat Andy's son hanging out with Sammy the Bull.
The
Can you
father would
imagine it?
murder him.
Wow.
And he's got some balls that he was that close to John Gotti and he's hanging out with the guy who ratted him out.
I don't
It's
believe that.
sickening. It is
How's that guy
sickening.
still walking around?
He's walking around. Look at this days. It's fashionable to be a rat.
Unbelievable.
It's safe to say.
You'd be
Unbelievable.
surprised, Mike. You would be surprised at how many cooperators are on YouTube.
Oh, forget it. There's a ton of them, man.
Nah.
Starting with your boy Dom Cicali, right?
Dom Cicali, Marble Mouth
How do you
Dom.
live with yourself, man? How? You know what I mean?
And then they come on and brag about the people that they put in prison, like they're still best friends. I'm like,
Gene
maybe
Barello.
you should change places with the person that you put in prison and be
Yeah,
out
see
here
now,
and they
yeah.
can talk about you.
Yeah, see how you feel now.
You
Yeah.
know what's funny today? Remember, Bill, when I told you with Dominic Cicali when you put Free Vinny, the Billy puts down Free Vinny Gorgeous, Free Vinny Gorgeous. So what's his name? Dom Cicali reads it off the monitor and he goes, "Why? So he could come home and try to kill me?"
Yeah.
He got that
Hey,
right. I
hey,
met Vinny Gorgeous a couple of times. Nice guy, up in the Bronx. I met him.
hey,
But I had
Billy.
to go to a sit
Yeah.
down,
I
Hold on, Patty.
used to, one of the guys that used to be by my house all the time, he had a club on Western Avenue called the Western Club. His name is Ray Spencer.
Ray,
Okay.
where? Chicago?
Yeah, in Chicago. I mean, he
Would you
wasn't
say
Italian.
Webster Avenue?
He wasn't Italian, but
I know,
he
but would
was
you say on Webster Avenue?
Western.
Patty,
Oh, Western.
Pontiac, you gotta let him tell the story, man.
No, I thought I
Let him
heard
tell it.
Webster Avenue because that's up in the Bronx. I'm going, wait, what is he talking about, yeah?
No, he's talking about Chicago. Anything he's
Oh,
talking
okay.
about, he's talking about Chicago. Anything you're talking about New York.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm trying to be the guy in the middle. Like,
Hey,
you know,
Well, good
Billy,
luck.
see if you can Google that guy, Ray Spencer.
there's the Western Club.
Now, that was a famous club?
All right, but this was a different club, the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
See if you can pull up Ray Spencer.
Ray Spencer. What was he, Irish?
Yeah, I think he was Irish, but I tell you what, he was an enforcer for the. See, he had the upper part where the Jewish people
Yeah.
area, and he would collect from all the Jewish up north there like that. And I would play cards with him. He would be hanging at my house for days, man. Okay,
Stand up guy.
I don't see a picture of him online, bro.
you
A
talk
lot
about
of
a
guys
hitman.
are not online, I mean, you can't find a lot of guys, because, you know why? Because they were all so deep undercover. I mean, no, deep, like my
This was
father.
like,
My father was very low key. My father drove around when he was on the land.
I got Rod Steiner.
No.
Stinger?
no,
Rod Steiger's an actor.
yeah, no. His name is Ray Spencer. Anyways, he ran a game out of Norridge, and I would go to the game and all that. And but one day he goes to me and he shows me he had like this little pencil, right? And he made this invention that like it had like a cartridge in it,
Yeah.
and it had like a spike on the end of it, and you press the button like he would put it to someone's temple and press that button, and it would go through his brains.
Oh, like a stiletto type.
Yeah, but only it was like cartridge. It was
Oh,
propelled.
yeah?
Yeah, it was unbelievable what the thing he showed me this thing. And one time at his club, Okay, I had like pocket aces, and the flop
Yeah.
was like he had me beat on the flop, and then on the river I caught an ace and I made aces full, and he
Yeah.
pulls me outside. He says, "Are you cheating?"
He puts
I
a
go,
thing to
"Jerry,
your head.
no,
He
listen,
put
Ray.
the thing to his
I mean,
head.
listen. I mean, you know what I'm saying?" I told him the honest to God truth. I says, "No, Ray, I'm not cheating, man." He goes, "And why did you call me on him?" I go, "Ray, no offense, buddy, but you're not the tightest and toughest player in the world. I gave you more action because
Yeah.
of your style of play, and I just happened to get
Exactly.
lucky on you." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he knew that I was telling the truth. I got a couple calls that I just hit and
Yeah,
stopped.
it's all right. I'm gonna edit this up and make it clean, man.
We'll
I'm
edit
gonna
it all
try.
up.
I'm gonna try.
But can you
New
imagine
York
that?
versus Chicago. This shit never
But
gets
hey,
old over here.
do you know what he's known for?
Huh.
What?
The guy in that got whacked in Lincolnwood up north. What the heck's his name?
I don't know, man. I got piles of bodies
Uh,
in my head.
uh,
Can't remember. I hate that. It's on the tip of your tongue.
I got piles of bodies in my head. I can't
let me see.
sort
Let
through
me
them,
see if I
man.
got it. Teamster Boss Painted, Carter House, Rated, Ice Pick, Brother Phil.
What's he got? His Rolodex there? Looking through his Rolodex?
I'm looking
Yeah,
at
man.
some notes that I put down.
Took
Yeah,
some notes.
yeah. Oh man, I got so many stories. It's unbelievable.
We both do, man. I could sit here for
Yeah.
days telling
Yeah,
stories, man. You
yeah.
know? And three
Um,
quarters of them are no good. Well, that bad in regular people's eyes, you know. And you too.
yeah.
I know. With all the
I'll have
shit
to
you
remember
guys
his
seen
name.
throughout the
Yeah.
years. Well, we've been going for an hour, man. We'll make this another part two. We'll get you guys on again and see
Yeah,
what we
okay.
Alright.
can
Yeah,
what we
that's
can
fine.
muster out of this. You guys told some good stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a lot of other stuff, but there's stuff. One time I tell you, because I was involved in cocaine a little bit.
Yeah.
I did 11 year sentence myself
Yeah.
for possession of cocaine back in the day, and they didn't.
The fed you were?
I wasn't a fed joint. Unfortunately, I did state time.
Where'd you go? To
I
Statesville, Joliet?
No, I did. I went to a place called Robinson, and then I went to Joliet and Statesville for processing.
Oh,
But
okay.
the worst part, Pasquale, is that I had 3 cases pending.
Oh, you had
Okay,
3 cases pending.
so I had to do 2 years in Cook County Jail.
So it's probably a horror there.
It was horror stories. The stuff
Yeah.
that came out. They came out with shanks. During these what they call shakedowns.
Rage?
Yeah.
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 You would not believe the stuff that these people, because back then the guards, a lot of them were also gangbangers.
They'll bring
Yeah.
the
Okay,
shit. They'll
They were
bring the
I
all on
did
shit.
the tape.
I did
Yeah.
time with who I walked the yard with.
Larry
Oh,
Hoover.
Larry Hoover.
Larry
Johnny
Hoover.
Hoover?
No,
The
Larry
Chicago,
Hoover.
Larry.
the gangster disciple?
The
Yes.
the
The
Larry
leader.
Hoover
Okay,
who
Larry
founded.
Hoover. He's
Yes.
still alive?
Yes. He's an
Yeah,
And
they
idiot.
who's
fucked
the
him.
other one? Jeff Port, right?
Yeah, Jeff Foray. But listen,
He's still
Bill,
in jail too. He's
when
in
I
the
was in,
Supermax.
I can't hear you. Pontiac keeps chiming in.
No, I'm just asking. So go ahead. I'm
So
sorry.
listen. When
I'm gonna shut up for a minute.
listen, just a second, Pontiac. When you're walking the yard with Larry Hoover, do the inmates in there treat you different?
yeah, that you have more respect. Okay,
Exactly.
me and Larry Hoover were, I had a lot of friends send me money. Okay, a lot of these inmates, they fucked their lives up, and their friends and their family no longer wanted to even bother with them. They were, how do you say,
Yeah.
indigents?
Yeah,
What's
broke.
the
They're
name?
in there broke.
They're
Indigent, yeah.
broke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indigent,
So I
nothing.
would put bags together of like $50 because I had a ton of commissary. I would
Yeah.
put a $50 bag, a $30 bag, and a $20 bag of commissary, and I would hold a spade contest.
Yeah.
Okay, I would take care. I would have. I would go and I would recruit the tallest people to play volleyball. You know what I mean? Then I would go and recruit all the different people to play. We were able to play 12-inch softball with the mids,
Oh,
at Vienna,
yeah.
in Robinson.
Until someone took the bat and killed somebody with
Until-
it, right?
So and I was with Hoover when he was in Vienna. And the
Yeah.
sad part about it is that, believe it or not, they used to call on Larry Hoover to go to the main prisons and helicopter him in to defuse riots, right?
They had her. They listened to him. Yeah.
Right. So they did that. But you hear one day during a visitation, okay, they bugged his visitor's pass. They
Yeah.
bugged it. And they
Yeah.
and
Okay.
they caught him talking about it, putting a hit on someone, and that's why he got whacked with more time. And I was there during that time
What happened?
when you did, because I was dealing with this cocaine back in the
Yeah.
Elmwood Park days, right? This guy owed me a pretty large sum of money. He called me up
Yeah.
and he asked me if I was going to be home, and I told him, yeah. I'm thinking he's coming to pay me, right?
Yeah.
It just so happened that one of my policeman friends,
Yeah.
okay, from one of the suburbs out, where I live,
Uh-huh.
was in uniform, and he came over to check on me because I was losing a lot of weight. I was down to 145 pounds. These guys, I let them in, I buzzed them in, in my Elmwood Park house, which was all Italian neighborhood also. And I told my friend who was in uniform, throw him against the wall, pretend like we're getting busted, right? Well, he did that. All right. One guy was a big guy, the other guy was a smaller guy. He threw him against the wall, and here the guy up his sleeve, he had a long coat on, had a pipe that was about 5 inches around, of heavy metal up his sleeve, and the other guy had a potato on a gun in his waistband.
Oh,
So
silencer.
so they didn't come to pay me.
Yeah.
You
They came
understand?
to hype
It was
you.
by the grace of God that we caught this.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Yeah.
so when they search him, what
We,
does he
if
take
he
the gun?
wasn't there,
Does he take the
they
pipe?
came
What
to
happens?
fucking rob me and open up my safe and get everything out of it, all the coke and everything and stuff like that. And by the grace of God, it just happened that my friend, the policeman, was there during that time there, and we caught this.
Yeah,
Now,
but when
isn't
he
that
finds the gun, finds the pipe. What does he do with the guys? What does he do with the guys? You'll find out next time on New York versus Chicago. And if anyone wants to be a guest on my show, just reach out to the email at Chattin with Staxx or Bill Staxx 2021, and I'll put you on the show. I'll try to mash you up with someone else and see how the tempers flare. But I hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Shout out to Bruno. What's going on? RV Docs. What's good? Buckshot. BK. BK Sal. What's going on? Steve, how are you? Mob Rat Hunter. Car Time. Automotive. Any zips around? There's plenty of them around. Ask if he knew Solly D. Everyone knows who Solly D is. People allege that he's the boss of Chicago. Catalano TV, how are you? Thanks for joining me tonight. I don't know if you guys are still in here. Bugs, what's going on? I wonder if Jukebox Joe is still in Brooklyn. Jay Costenza, how are you? There's a lot of people in here. Hit the like button. Make sure you guys all hit the like button. Bruno Coppola, how are you? Shout out to everybody out there. Project, what's good? DARPA. Thanks for joining me tonight. So I got a lot of content dropping. Don't forget, Robert Miano, part 4 will be dropping very soon. This week. I already have it scheduled, so make sure you check that one out. I got JC from Wrong to Strong. I got another episode with Frank DiMatteo or DiMatteo, however you want to say it. There's a lot of different episodes that are dropping. Shout out to the Mood Lounge. Go check out the Mood Lounge. It's a new podcast that came out with Pedge and his son. It's pretty cool. If you guys haven't seen the shows that I've been dropping during the day, make sure you check them out. They're funny. A lot of people like them. And I'll let you know. Right now I have one show scheduled for the 7th. That's the Robert Miano. And then there's another one. JC from Wrong to Strong is on the 8th. That's part 1. Part 4 of Robert Miano is on the 7th. Thank you, Maureen. I appreciate it. I'm trying to bring something different to the table. And I've been working on a new show for you guys. It's about organized crime, but it's a little different spin on it. The way it's edited, the way it's done. So it's just me bringing you information. So you'll see that one soon. I'm going to be dropping probably an episode a week. And you guys know I drop 2 episodes every single day. I've been doing that for a long time. I do my show in the morning, and then I drop interviews in the evening. And I don't plan on slowing down. If anything, I plan on speeding it up. So if you guys like this content, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, put it on all so you get all my videos. If you don't like this content, too fucking bad, start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.